Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Don Arleth, and you're watching World Talks here on TVP World. The European Commission's Ukraine 2025 report praises Ukraine's resilience and strong commitment to EU integration, even as the country continues to face Russia's ongoing full-scale war. The report recognizes that Kyiv has maintained reform momentum despite wartime pressures and devastating attacks on civilian infrastructure. But there are some areas of reform that the country still must undertake to become a member. Ukraine also joined the Northern European Defense Alliance's Joint Expeditionary Force alongside 11 partner countries this week. And of course, the situation on the front lines near Pokrovsk remains critical. These are just some of the topics of discussion, and now I'd like to welcome Yulia Sirko, Ukrainian MP from the Voice Party. Good morning, Ms. Sirko. Hello, and thanks for joining us.
Hello from Kyiv. Thank you for hosting me.
Yes. Now, concerning, the EU's enlargement, of course, we've seen this come out, the enlargement report concerning Ukraine. There's good and there's some areas for improvement. What are your general overall impressions on this? And, how is Ukraine going to proceed forward after this report?
I think we expected this report as we are very keen, and this is our main goal for all, I think, politicians in Ukraine and all citizens to join European Union. So it's good that the report is positive. Yes, there are probably two big areas we need to at least to consider and to proceed with. This is anti-corruption block sector. We need to improve, and this as also the media, because you know that we unfortunately don't have free media at this point of time because of the martial law. We have this one channel which is not, I think, which is not very popular in Ukraine at this point of time, and we need to come back to the free media, to the diversity of channels, ideas, and this is our also priority because we need to win not only war but also peace, and that's why the democracy is priority for us.
Certainly, and I would imagine that there are certain areas of reform that can't really be undertaken until there's some kind of comprehensive ceasefire. That seems obvious, but probably the foremost issue is corruption, and it seems to be obviously the biggest area of concern for the EU. Now, how can Ukraine ensure the long-term independence and integrity of the anti-corruption institutions like NABU and SAPO, given the legislative attempts to weaken them? Of course, we saw the protests in Kyiv. We saw the president back down from those provisions. But do you expect that President Zelensky will move forward in this area to be more accommodating, I guess, towards what the EU wants to see concerning corruption?
We are probably the only faction in the parliament and the only party who was against these changes into NABU and SAP laws to dismiss and to decrease the authority of NABU and SAP. And we are protesting in the parliament as well as we join protests on the streets. So we are definitely will fight for the independence of NABU and SAPU. And I think the size of the protest you all saw on TV, and we saw it and we joined it and participated on the streets, was huge. And I think this is a lesson for the President Zelensky as well as for the whole society, Ukrainian society, that nobody will tolerate attempt to dismiss anti-corruption body, its independence, and also this is the main, so to say, value and goal why we are fighting against Russia. It's justice and freedom. So that's the part of our fight with Russia, and we will not tolerate it inside the country. I think this society will leverage and will dismiss all attempts to to attempts to Nabu and Sab to decrease Nabu and Sab independence. So this is, I mean, we have enough proactive society, and the Ukrainians knows what is justice and why we are fighting for it. So I don't think we will see, but some attempts we see probably every week, but I don't think that it will be return in this form as we had in the parliament last few months when they tried to dismiss Nabu and Sab. I don't think this will come back.
Now, if we look at some of the external factors, of course, we must cite Hungary. Hungary seems to be the biggest thorn in the side of Ukraine in terms of, furthering accession talks and what have you. Viktor Orban seems to see a strategic partnership with Ukraine instead of full-blown membership. We saw President Zelensky come out and shoot that down, saying this is absolutely ridiculous. No, we need to become full-fledged members. Now, we do have elections coming up in the first quarter of next year, so Viktor Orban may not be around very much longer to make such a decision. But if he does win those elections, what problems does that present for Ukraine to join the bloc?
Actually, we have few, so to say, friends of Putin in European Union, Trojan horses, and this is one of them. It's Viktor Orban, and we cannot influence elections. So Hungarians must decide by themselves whom they will elect. But definitely, it will complicate our accession, because you know that you need 100% of votes and separate agreements with all European countries, we are negotiating on sanctions. We are negotiating on the reports with the European Union, and we see that it's not easy, but probably we can also talk to Orban if he will sustain and keep his presidential position. We have no other options as diplomatic talks and diplomatic. Convincing diplomatically Orban for accession of Ukraine to European Union. I think we are benefit for European Union in the future. We are asset, not liability. So this is, and for Hungarians as well. So let's see how it will be in the future. But definitely, it's up to Hungarians whom they will decide to vote.
Yes. Now, also this week, Ukraine has just joined the Northern European Defense Alliance, JEF, alongside with 11 partner countries. How significant of a step is this for your country, and what exactly do you expect it to provide?
First of all, you know that our big dream and big idea is to join NATO. But since it's not possible in short period of time, so we are joining all defense and security alliances we can join in European Union and outside, because we all do believe that we have to take care of ourselves on the European continent. So we have to build our defense and security as European continent, the European nations, because nobody will take care of us, and we have few aggressive countries in the world who attempt to either split European Union politically, diplomatically, by propaganda, or even in some period of time physically. So that's why we do believe that we need a European defense alliance, including Ukraine, who has a unique experience in a battlefield, in a real battlefield, in the big war. So that's why we're joining all possible alliances at this period of time before we enter NATO. And for us, it's very important because this alliance also including maritime domain. You know that the, so to say, main part of the war is also going on the Black Sea in the maritime domain with Russia. They're trying to block our ports. They're trying to kill our economy through blocking our freedom of navigation as well. They are attacking our coastal cities. So for us, it's very important to share our experience with the Baltic countries for the Baltic Sea, as well as take the experience in the joint missions in the Black Sea. Maybe sometimes at some period of time we can have the same joint mission in the Black Sea, and this is very important for us as we are maritime nation and we are exporting more than 70% by the sea, by maritime routes. So for us, all experience we can provide for our partners, real experience, on-ground experience from the battlefield, and take NATO standards, take more experience from other countries. I think it's a very beneficial and mutually beneficial for all of us.
Yes, and now finally, the situation is critical near Pokrovsk, in spite of authorities saying that the situation is under control. Now, do you believe that this city is on the brink of being lost? I mean, we need some honesty here. And what would this mean for the rest of Donetsk if that is indeed the case?
I think there's still, still fighting in the city. So it's not occupied by Russians. It's not occupied. It's not fully even controlled by Russians. So you know that we have our forces enter and pushing back Russian forces. So let's see what will happen in Pokrovsk. But definitely, I think I'm not a military person, but I think we need to save lives of our soldiers. If the situation will be critical, we need to take our troops out to save lives of our soldiers, and then fight again, trying to push them back. You know that we are successful to free villages even occupied by Russians. So it's a back and forth, so to say, fight. So we have to first of all to save lives, and the second think how we can get back the city by other means.
Yes, Yulia Sirko, Ukrainian MP from the Voice Party. Thank you so much for joining us on World Talks this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And that concludes this edition of World Talks. Thank you for joining us, and stay with us for more here on TVP World.